This is probably a video of me practicing how I'm going to handle interviews when I'm famous, right? Maybe I'm going to be invited on a podcast somewhere, and then I have to answer certain personal questions. Like the question I want to answer today is, why did I start making content in the first place? Why did I decide to say middle finger to social anxiety? Because this is one, like, Armageddon that most people cannot come across when it comes to making videos. Most people are anxious of being in front of the camera, let alone thinking about how do I look in front of the camera, which is like one of those useless questions that will take you nowhere in terms of personal growth. You won't go anywhere. But the question I want to answer today is, why did I start making videos? Reason number one is not having friends. Um, Not having friends, because from the first video I made till today, content making has always been about saying whatever is on my mind without thinking of anything, especially because I'm not famous yet. So there's kind of a wonderful opportunity with not being famous, where you get to say everything you want to say. And I know maybe when I'm now famous and I'm known, there's probably some videos I'm gonna have to answer for, like some questions that are gonna be taken the wrong way, and the so-called cancel culture is gonna be behind me, like. But I'll answer for them. I'll answer for those, for the videos I made. But as far as fame is concerned, since I'm not famous yet, I'm just gonna enjoy the space. So one of the reasons I decided to make content is so I can get an opportunity to say whatever I want, when I want to, how I want to, and to speak for the longest time that I want. Because some of the videos I put out are like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, sometimes 2 minutes, sometimes a minute, depending on what I felt like I needed to say for that moment, or what was in my head, Because sometimes I share ideas that are in my head, sometimes I share content to make people laugh or to make people's day, but most of the videos I have on YouTube are for me, And reason number two was to be a voice for other people. Sometimes I might share something and somebody in the next room relates. So if that's the case, then that would be a success. But yeah, I make the videos solely for me. I think it's one of the reasons I'm not popping yet, because it's kind of like a selfish YouTube channel where the videos are all about me, and I'm not gonna change that. To be honest, I'm not gonna change that. I'm not gonna change being a celebrity in my own world, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm a celebrity in my world. So why not just talk about myself, And yeah, I think the biggest reason why I decided to create a YouTube channel was to vent, bro. It's to vent. I think that's one thing most people are yearning for. To have a safe space to vent. Especially when you have the opportunity to do so. Most people don't have the opportunity. They wish they could do what I'm doing. They wish they could be as free as I am to like talk about anything, But it's all about personal journeys, We have different personal circumstances and journeys which either enable us or disable us from doing certain things or being free, But I think if I could count a blessing, is for the 2 years or a year that I've been making videos, I can confidently say I've grown much more confident in front of the camera, to the point where I can say anything. And that's lovely. I like that. I like that very much. Because when I first started out, it wasn't so easy. I was so focused on how do I look, how is my speech, taking out the fillers, and focused on this and that, and just, not really enjoying the whole process of making videos. But today, I can dress however I want, say whatever I want, and every now and then still hold myself accountable for some of the things I say, because I know I can't just say anything. Freedom of speech is a fugazi, it doesn't exist. But I can confidently talk about certain things now, And the 3-year plan, I have about 2 or 3 years before things change. So before that time expires, I need to really put out work, publish, make videos. I'm almost close to hitting 600 videos, and that's a milestone. I probably need to celebrate. I need to celebrate. When I get to 600 videos, I might need to celebrate, because this is a milestone. This is my first ever channel where I reached more than 100 videos. Most of the channels I had and I created, I never got to 100 videos. This is the first channel ever where I achieved such a thing, And we are currently at 486 subscribers, I think. Appreciate that one. Yeah.